Hi, welcome back to the course Modeling of Digital Service. In this quick tutorial, we'll be looking at how to manage Jira and of course how to also create your stories here, assign to your team members and start working on it. In our last video on Jira, we looked at how to create the account and how to actually also create one or two stories. But today we'll look more in details, of course, also on the management side, how you can assign to your team members. So let's quickly dive into it, and we'll also be using some of the stories we've already created for our project on creating the website of Laria. So once you log into Jira, your account, this will be the landing page in most cases. Now here you always find some of the project you have. Of course, the recent one will be visible here, and as you can see here, currently my current one is this Laria one, and of course I can create more if I need to, and if I have been assigned work, it will be visible here. Now, to add your team members to Jira, first you click on this settings cogwheel, click on user management, and then just a second, you'll be here, and from here you'll be able to invite your team members. So you just put their email and that's it. There might be some user levels that you want them to be able to do the same thing you're doing, then you need to just give them the same access level as that. So site access, for example. Okay, let me just try to add someone to this. So I'll just put in my other email. Just one email should be enough, and then invite team members. Okay, so the team member will definitely get an email. I'll just check my email quickly, and let's see if I have something there that we could check. Yes, so I have received this Atlassian, your team, and then join. So from here you should be able to again then set your password for this. In case actually this should ask me to set my password. Well, let me see if I just put in any password. Okay, so if it happens like this, you can just say forget password and reset, or then the admin will then have to again, I've already sent this one, so I can just click here and say resend invitation. So an invitation has been sent again. Let me see what is the difference between that one and what I received earlier. So it's not that different, it's the same. That says join team. Let me see. Okay, so the reason why it's giving me this is because this account which I'm using already has an access to a certain Jira environment, so it's asking me to put in that password because you can have one user, and that's the main issue here. So if you're new, let me try to see if I can get a completely new email for this. I think all my email that I have might have Jira account, but yeah, you get the point. The main thing is just invite people and they'll be able to log in and join your team. And I think if you click on them, you should from here be able to just give them site admin or something like that. That will allow them to do the same thing, add other users or do more with it. But yeah, this is quite simple. We are not going to go too much details into Jira, but this for your team level, this should be enough. And then once you've added your team members, you are back. You can open your project, and in this case, this is our backlog. So we talked about the backlog, product backlog, where you're supposed to add all your stories regarding that you intend to do. This is something I created earlier, so let me just Laurier University of Applied Science, or University of Applied Science print 1, for example. Okay, so now as you can see, the backlog there is 0. We don't have anything there, so we need to start adding all the things we'll be doing in this project. So somebody might be adding stories here, they need to have a ticket. So anything that anybody does should be added here. That helps a lot. And then to start with, let's look at our sitemap, for example. We had a sitemap where we have pages on, we have to create a lot of stories on degrees, some on international pages and research about us, and others. So I'm saying this because you have what we call roadmap here. The roadmap where you create epics as a bigger part of the project that you'll be doing. So for that purpose, it depends on the team and how you want to do it. But for this example, I will create this degree page as one epic. So then I'll just also create, maybe, what else do I have? I have a degree page, and then we have international, then we have the research, about us. Just an example to show you what. And then we have the quick links, and then we have student services. So I'm considering this as epics. Of course, it depends on who is doing what. So I'm considering this as epics. So all stories that I might write that relate to this will come to this one. Now back, we are here now, and I'll start to create stories here. So let's hit this. Now we can create our first story based on. So in here, I'll just say that okay, you can write a story right away here as a user. Or we can just copy what we have there. I want to, or as a prospective student, I want to browse through degree programs so that I can apply. Let's take this as an example. We hit enter, and now this is created. Now once you can click here to open it, but this is not probably enough to edit it here, so you can click on this to open it on a full page, so you can start actually editing. So this is the story, and of course from here I can then link it to an epic. So let's see, here, create a subtext, link it. Okay, so I'm wondering why it's not appearing here, but let's see. If we go back to this site and see here, so we have the that is coming to obviously the degree page here, and there is nothing here created here. So if I want to link something here, create an epic, of course you can create it under right away under it, but that's not what I'm looking for. There should be an option on this page for me to link it right away, so that's what I'm looking for now. So let's see where that might have been hidden now. So we have, of course you can have the epics here, but still not what I'm looking for. I want an easy way to just link it. Again, let's open it in a bigger page so we see all the features. So here we have on this side all the fields. So here you have the epic straight away here, and you can just put it there. And what that means is that when, if I close this one, when we are here and if we refresh this page, you can easily see which epic the story relates to easily. So, but let's continue from here. So we have now assign, or kind of assign this to epic. Now the question is, how long will this take? Will it take somebody to do this work? Is it to create the whole story page? Now you need to think about it. The degree page is this particular one, so it contains 3 sessions. So I can copy this one and then back to the here, I can just put here as specification. I can place this here as the content of the degree programs. And then here, of course, you can again copy the same story. So the user story is this one. User story is this one. You can bold it, and here you can also bold it. You can even select it and here click on this so that it's highlighted like that. That is also possible. And once you can even change if it's a note or something. So, and then here you can, if you have already something like a mock-up or wireframe already, you can place it here for the refinement. When we say refinement, that's where we are going through the content here to see, is it the right thing to place on the prototype or on the work you're going to do. So in this case, let's say we might, okay, I haven't done any wireframe for this, so if I have, I'll attach it also here for that. And then we have acceptance criteria. So here we can then also say that the one who is testing must verify that one, or must verify the following degrees on the page. So there should be not just, you should be able to also apply. So first of all, it's the same thing. You should be able to verify these. Again, verify that you are able to, for instance, apply. for each of the programs above. So let's take this as our acceptance criteria, for example. So whoever is doing it needs to have these degree programs on the page. There may be even more content, like, okay, for each of these you need to write descriptions, what the program's about, as criteria for applying, or those kind of things needs to be included. And I'm just doing this as a simple thing. So this could be even a huge thing that you could do this only for, maybe here we could write this as a or sub stories as a bachelor, one for the bachelor, one for the master degree programs, and then the other for other education programs. So you could have 3 stories under this. And by the way, we could even do that so that it's not too huge. So if I want to do that, then I can, here I just made it degree programs. I can simply make this one as bachelor degree program so that I can apply. So if I do this, then I can, for example, from here, cut this one from here, and also take this one out. So this is just one story, and I can copy the same story by just clicking here and see clone. Clone means make a copy of it. And here I can, instead of a bachelor, I can make it master's degree program, and then I'll clone that and open this story as well. So now I can take the clone out as a user. I want to browse through master degree programs so that I can apply, for example. And here I can then again delete this from here and then paste the master program, and also take this one out. And again, this needs to be different. I think this is what I need to place there. Copy and then paste, and then I can take this one out. So again, this is probably enough. And then from here we can also put labels. If this is maybe related to degree, these labels allows you to easily search and also filter. So not the first time you write, you need to just enter, and that the next time it should be there. So if we go back to here, and then you can always navigate with this side. It's because I've opened them already and I didn't want to change. So we have 2 stories now, and all of them relate to the degree page, and we haven't estimated them yet. So let's go back there. If I think that this will take me a day or half a day, let's for now say a day, so I'll put 1 story point there based on what we discussed, we had in there. And here you can of course change the priority if it's a high priority on your table. And here we can still put the degrees, so relate to that one. And the other story, which is this one, I can also again estimate this to be 1 story point. It's 1 day to do this, including writing the details of each page of this programs. So, and then of course, if I need to put this to the first sprint, I can click here and say add to the sprint 1. Add to sprint 1. Good. So basically you see how you can create more stories for this. And then we can go ahead, I think go back here, click that one, or maybe let's clone for the last part of it. So clone this one, and this time I think it was other degree programs or something like that. We can clone the sprint as well if we want to, and open the issue. We can then take this one out and then edit again. I don't need this one. Can then paste the other programs and education. Actually, that's what it says. So here, other programs and education, so that I can apply. So here, of course, the same thing needs to be placed here like that, and we need the same thing also on the testing parts as well. Let's place that. Good. At least for the acceptance criteria, you need at least one. You cannot leave that one empty, so at least always you need to have something there. And of course, now because I have been cloning, the epic is always there. And here we have bachelor's degree, so this also needs to be changed. If you click or double, I think it's double click to get it to editable page. So here like that, and I can just change this one, and then you need to save this one. The last one was this master's degree program, so here again I need to click outside and just double click, and you are able to edit it that way and save. So yep, that's it. This is how to add, and then of course you can then assign to other team members. So let's say that we when we meet for refinement, we want to ensure that every detail that is needed to be able to design this is included, and that will mean that, okay, service design, what are the content that I need? So if somebody goes to that page, what do they need? Is it the course objective, the curriculum, whatever? All of these needs to be specified. So this might not even be close to what we need. We need more to be able to, of course, for prototyping, then maybe not too details, but here you need more. You need to specify more. Good. And let's see, was there something else? So once you have all these, and then in the sprint planning meeting, you go through this and say, okay, which of them do we want to take it to the sprint one? If you want to take all of these to sprint one, of course you can drag and drop into that. So let's say I'll just click here. I think we've already added them here. Sprint one, and the last one was also added there. So to start the sprint, let's say we want to do a 2-week sprint. So I'll simply go to here. Okay, there's nothing there. That is when it only start when you have placed something there. But you can also edit the sprint to decide when. So we are doing, let's say I'm doing 1 week, and it's starting from 30th. So it's automatically determined when the sprint will end. Then I can update it. Or maybe I'll just change to say 29th. So and update it. So then I can just click start sprint, and of course it will still give me the same thing, 1 week starting today and it ends on 5th. And then is there anything, you can define your sprint goal and then click start. Now on the sprint board you see the active. So if I have assigned this to different people, they will just come and start working on it. You drag and drop, and then that means you've started working on it. This is in progress. And of course, once you are done everything, you can actually move it to in testing. And then of course, if you have other team members who have to validate this one, if there is nothing, then you can ignore this one. So this is, again, you have to build this based on your team and how you want to work, your workflow. And then you can even, I think, also attach, I think I may have installed what's it, you should be able to embed actual prototype here once you are done on your page, what you have done, so that when we are testing we can use that one for the testing. So that could also be done as well. You just, if for the whoever is doing this admin or the manager, you can go to apps and then just find new apps, for example. And then you can actually search for actual RP, I think. Oh, that should, okay, I searched it the wrong place, so we need to search it for the apps. So let's look for, again, apps. Manage your apps should be fine new, but let me just make sure I'm here. Okay, and then find new apps. So from here I think we should be able to search for, yeah, actual RP or actual for Jira. And then here you can, I'm not sure if I've already installed this, added already, so I can actually click configure, enable for selected project. Yeah, okay. So once that is done, I think it should be possible that when you have a story here, so attach a prototype. If you click there, you can just put the prototype link here, and let's see if we have an example. So we just did something on, let me check if I have some actual prototype that we can actually take a quick look. So can't seem to find my actual easily, but let me see. Just bear with me for a second. We will look at the wireframe which we created in the last video. So from here, let me publish this. Can publish this quickly, and here we have the link. So I'll just copy this link, minimize this, and then once I'm back, I'll have to save this one. Here I can place the actual prototype which I have done. In this case, it's just an example. I have placed a wireframe. So here, whoever is testing can easily, I think it was this, can easily see what you have done for this in this case, and then even check. Of course, can even make it bigger like that, because that was on this page. So just that you can easily embed or add your prototype, what you have done when you say it's in testing, to this side. Good. I hope this was helpful. So basically, this is how you can add your stories, specify them, and then have your once so you are planning for your sprint, you pull those stories from the backlog into the sprint, just simply by if you open one, you can just assign. And then again, we can also, at the moment, you see we have one sprint ongoing, and actually here this means that we have two, all the stories I estimated was one story point. One of them is currently in progress, and the other two we've not started, and that's why we see. So this is the estimate. That's what you see here. And then I think you can also create more sprint ahead. So this is sprint 2. I can create sprint 3, and those are not coming yet. So this current sprint that is the content. And of course, if you want to look at it from the Kanban view, then it's like this. So that's how you can use the Jira to sort of help your agile ways of working. So you first add all your stories to the backlog, and then if you decide that okay, we will do 1 week sprint or 2 weeks, then every 2 weeks you plan what you will do, so that you at the end of the day you will see where the progress, where you are, see what is working, and then plan another work for your team. Thanks for watching once again.